Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Montana 3710 FL. You guys have picked a sweet fifth wheel here. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. As you see, 3 sides on our campsite. So leave plenty of room for them to come in and out unhindered, preferably nothing hanging over top of them. And then another 3 slides on your off campsite. Again, leave plenty of room to get them in and out unhindered. Leave yourself a nice walking path on your off campsite as well. Once you arrive, first thing we're going to do is unhook our hitch. Our leveling system is right here. If we turn that on here, we hit our front, we can raise and lower that. That'll bring up and down our leveling system. Further instructions here. Once you have that off your hitch, all you're gonna do is hit auto level. Auto level is gonna go ahead and bring down all your auto leveling system. Unit's gonna dance around for a minute or two. Once that's all done, you got our unit level and stable. We can go ahead and hook up our power and water. Now your power connection is all the way at the back of the unit. Think about that when you're parking too. 50 amp service. At the end of that 50 amps, you need to plug into a park. There's a 50 to 30 dog bone, we call it. And then I need to plug in a home or another 110 somewhere. You can take this 30 down to a 110. Just run appliances accordingly when running off 110. You don't want to pop a bunch of fuses. Got our power hooked up. Let's hook our water up. So your docking station is going to be just behind the front on your off camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. They made it real easy here. We're going to normal flow. City water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid into your unit. Hook up your water pressure regulator, hook up your hose. Make sure this is to normal flow, but don't turn our hose on yet. Just to the right over here is your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, you see this whole thing come right off here, is making sure our drain plug's back in. Recommend some plumber's tape around here. Get that in there nice and snug, then you can go ahead and turn your hose on. And if your hose has been on for a little while, go inside, open up your hot water tap. It's going to come out cold, but once water's coming out of there, you know that your tank is full and you can turn on your hot water heater. There is an on-off switch right here. The only time you ever want to turn on this on-off switch out here, this electric element, is if you're running off 110. If you're running off anything else, turn it on from indoors. Resets. If the hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, come out here and look and see if these are bubbled out. If they are, simply press them back in to reset. And then up here, your pressure release valve. So let's say we're going to go camping, we're not going to hook up to city water, we're going to go dry camping. Well, all you're going to do is switch this down to fill. Fill it up the same way at the City Water Connect. Treat your hot water heater the same way. Just remember, when using your potable water is when you're going to want to turn on your water pump inside. Don't turn on your water pump when you're using city water. It's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp now. Water and electricity is hooked up. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit. First, I want to make sure that you know auto leveling system. Down here is your hydraulic room control. These are for all your slides. Make sure these are turned all the way to the left, not straight up and down, all the way to the left as far as it can go. Otherwise it won't pump the hydraulic fluid to your slides. Your propane is on your regulator. Simply lefty-loosey to open. Turn that, point it toward the tank you wish to be using. It'll turn green to show that it's full. Vacuum system, I'll show you where that works inside. You pass through storage here. Have a hand crank override. This spray port will connect right here in your docking station. Also in your docking station, water bypass, winterizing, your regular tank full. Here's where you put in your winterizing, city and potable water fill, and your black tank flush. We'll talk about your tank flush when we're leaving the campsite. Over here is your coach cable, living room satellite, bedroom satellite hookups. Battery disconnect, that'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. That disconnects all the battery power to the unit. Then your low point drain. Unit's also prepped for a Furion solar charge. You can plug in a solar panel right there and it'll trickle charge your batteries. Again, your hot water heater. On this slide you have a vent for your microwave and access panels to the back of your fridge. Back here's our black and gray tank flush. We'll flush them when leaving the campsite. Storage. Ladder. Go up and check your seams. Check them a couple times a year, caulk as needed. Looks like your unit already has the backup camera on it. Coming over to our campsite, there's your rear entry doorway. You have a 110 out here. This is a flue for your furnace. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of that, it'll get rather warm. Inside our storage in here, the other side of your pass-through storage. Hook up your vacuum cleaner right there. Turn that on. Vacuum all this out. Also prep for a TV with satellite cable, 110 here, so you can set a television right out here and watch. And then your other propane tank is on this side. Storage. Over here we have all your hydraulics and your batteries. Check your terminals, make sure those haven't wiggled loose over time. You have a nice docking light here. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. First thing I like to point out when you come in the doorway is where the fire extinguisher is. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. So as you come into your unit, go right around the corner here to the right. There's a bunch of your lighting. Here's your thermostat. You're going to turn on air on high here. Do that kick on. Shut the air off and we turn it down to furnace. The air should shut off kind of quickly. Furnace just kicked on. And you'll notice when I shut off the furnace always takes a little bit longer to shut off. The fan does. Coming up into your living room, you know, the sofa will make into a bed. Simply remove the back cushions. If you let me open that up for you, show you what to do. Remove these back cushions. Lift up in the middle. Fold your legs out. Then lay your back down. Just that quickly, you've got another bed here. Reverse the process. Again, I like to stand in the middle, using both hands. Fold these in, fold these down. Return our cushions, and just that quickly, we're back to a sofa. Fireplace, not just for looks anymore. This is cranking out some nice heat right now. So if you're at the campsite and it's a little chilly in the morning or evening, instead of using your heat, shut this off, use your gas up, turn this electric heat on. It'll warm it up in here in no time. Here's your television slide comes up. One moment. So in your storage here is a bunch of remotes. Let's go right to this one, television. Hit up. As that's coming up, I'll turn on your sound system over here. AM, FM, Bluetooth, DVD, CD player. 3 zones. You can play your music in 3 different places. Bluetooth, TV, audio. You can run everything through this. Nice sound system. Here's the rest of your remotes. Let's turn your television on here. So we got the right remote. I did get the remote working on this. Just wanted to show you TV working real quick.
20, 30 feet out.
Alright, so let's act like we're leaving the campsite. We're going to start shutting off lights. What I like to do is come to my main control panel. Shut off all of my lights here. Then I can look around and see all the individual spots I need to shut lights off at. We'll walk through and do that. In your ceiling here is an antenna. And down into your kitchen here. Self-explanatory microwave. You have a high and low vent. Light as well. Your stovetop. This makes an excellent backsplash. Lift it up and fold it in. Turn this to light, hit your spark. Automatic light on these, same thing on the oven. There's a pilot, push to hold to light that down there. Your Nordic cold fridge, turn it on here. Nordic cold fridge, turn that on here. Now come back into the hallway, let's talk about your control panel. You can, when you get to the campsite, come in your rear door here. Max air vent. That'll open and close this max air vent right there. Turn that on. Slide control for this rear slide. Here's where you check your levels. Here's your brand new battery. Your black and gray tanks are empty. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked up to gas. Water heater if hooked up to electric. Water pump if using potable water, that's where you turn that on. Here's your awning, porch, ceiling, floodlights, and interior lights. Your awning in and out here. Your 3 other slides. And here's your tank heaters you turn on in case you're in inclement weather. There's a cap light for out front. This switch here is for your fan. See the light on, all you can do is pull the handle to turn the fan on. Storage here. Down below all that is your access panel to your breakers and fuse box. Looks like you got a ton of 15s in here and a couple 25s. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Let's go into our bathroom. One thing I want to mention in here, max air vent again for above here. 110 with GFCI reset. And your back bedroom with your separate thermostat. The lighting for back here. Individual one-touch lighting up here. Return vents and your rear TV. That about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. So I went through and shut off all the lights. I'm going to turn on this interior and this ceiling lights. Now we can see what we're doing here. Now, before you do that, before you bring in any slides, you need to go through the unit and make sure that all your doors and drawers are closed. Very important. If any of these are even slightly cracked open and this slide catches on, it's just going to rip your doors right off. So most importantly, Go through your unit, make sure all your doors and drawers are closed. You start up here with this slide here. Give your bedroom wardrobe slide. So we went all the way to the left on the bottom down here. The living room up there. And that's going to be your kitchen. Now this is the hydraulic, so that's going to be your kitchen and your bedroom and your off campsite at the same time. As well as your dining room. And the middle slide down, remember that. Because all of your kitchen, dining, and your bedroom. And lastly, your front off campsite. Which you can see going in right there. You can, so as you know, peek through right here and watch that come in as you're standing back here. She'll also hear it. Alright, all the slides in. Let's shut our interior lights off. Lock and deadbolt your doors. Of course, bring your steps up. Same thing up here. Lock and deadbolt this door. Lift and turn this handle. Bring your steps up. Unhook our cable and water. Once your cable and water is unhooked, we're going to come around here. We're going to open up both of our low point drains. You're going to come to your hot water heater. Lift up on that pressure release valve. That's going to drain all your hot water out. Be sure to snap that back down when it's empty, otherwise your door won't go back on. And then pull your drain plug. Be careful here, we are dealing with hot water. Come back up to our auto leveling system. Turn that back on. Set up our hitch. Then all we're going to do is hit retract. Retract is going to bring up everything. Hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. Here at the back of your unit, take your sewage hose. Just so you know where to park, it's going to be right behind your tires on your off camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park your 10-foot hose can fit. Hook that on there and pull our black tank. Should be a handle on the right. Now if this sounds like that black tank's no longer draining, you're going to come back up here to your docking station, again with your water pressure regulator, and we're going to hook up to our tank flush. Leave your black handle open, hook up the hose here, and run that for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Unhook your hose, come back down, close your black handle, line right, and pull your gray tank. Gray tank's going to be your cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Take your sewage hose, come right back here to your bumper, and conveniently store it right in there. Nice sanitary place for it. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase of this Montana. Hope you enjoy it for many years to come. Happy camping.